Hey there. Top of the morning to you, and welcome to Slooh, Space for Everyone. I'm your host, Jerry Montour, and today we are here bright and early, at least here on the east coast of the US, to celebrate the winter solstice. Now, what is the winter solstice, you wonder? Well, it's a time of transition. It's the shortest day of the year here in the northern hemisphere, but it's also the day that marks the change from fall to winter. And from spring to summer for those of you in the southern hemisphere. So here, the days will begin to get longer and eventually the weather will get warmer. Hallelujah. And it all revolves around the sun, the star of today's show, pun somewhat intended. Now, we're highlighting the sun in a few ways today. First, we have a number of feeds of the sun streaming live from our Canary Islands Observatory. Those feeds include several wide views of the gorgeous vistas at the Institute of Astrophysics of the Canary Islands. And we were hoping to have close-up views streaming live from our Canary Islands Observatory. Our solar telescope sits high on the peak of Mount Tatey. It was installed earlier this year. It's been bringing our Slooh members live views of the center of our solar system for hours a day. But unfortunately, as you can see right here, our observatory is a little covered in clouds right now. But we do have good news. And that is, we have a very special feed from our partner, Keith Cobby in Dubai. Keith is also streaming live images of our sun just for us today. He's a great friend of Slooh, and we always love seeing what Keith brings to our live shows. That'll happen today. By the way, that Canary Islands Solar Telescope is just one of the many new additions we've already unveiled as we work toward a new Slooh in the new year. I'm another new addition, as well as a handful of items you can purchase in the Slooh store. We've got Slooh shirts, as you can see right here. We've got year-long Slooh memberships, eclipse glasses to prepare you for next year's transcontinental eclipse here in the U.S., and our brand new book, Rat Cheer, The Saturn Above It, an anthology of short fiction about space. In fact, if you're behind on your Christmas shopping, as we all are, you can still get your friends and family a Slooh membership and receive it in time for the holidays, but only if you get it today. Now, in the coming months, we'll be unveiling new telescopes and a brand new website, so you want to keep an eye out for all of those exciting new changes coming soon. All right, we're here to celebrate the solstice, but why are we here right now, so early in the morning on a Wednesday? That, my friends, is a very good question. We're here right now because here at Slooh, we're all about finding moments happening in space and sharing them with you. And as many astronomical events as we have to bring you. And there is a moment of the solstice. Today, that moment occurs precisely at 44 minutes past the hour. And right now, we're about 34 minutes past the hour, so about 10 minutes away. To help keep track of this, we'll be counting down the minutes on screen. And when that clock reaches zero, we invite all of you at home to help celebrate the solstice along with us. In addition to that moment, as we reach the solstice, we'll be marking the occasion with a bit of yoga. I said yoga. Our own human spirit correspondent, Helen Avery, will lead us all in a sun salutation. And we encourage all of you to get up out of your chairs or your beds or whatever and join us. It's our way of honoring the day, the moment, and the sun as we all begin the day more mindful and with a little activity. Now, we aren't the only ones marking today's event. Far from it. Solstice celebrations are taking place all over the globe. There are massive gatherings right now at Stonehenge in England with modern pagan practitioners observing one of their sacred feast days. In Iran, it's called Yalda Night, a triumph of the light over the dark. In Scandinavia, they're celebrating St. Lucia's Day. Even Antarctica gets in on the fun. The researchers there enjoying special meals, even a film or two. Now, there are endless ways to celebrate the special day, and we have ours, of course, and we'd love to know about yours. So we invite you to tell us what you're doing for the solstice by tweeting it to @Slooh or by using the live chat on Facebook. We'll share a few of those responses later on in the show. All right, coming up, I'll sit down with Slooh's human spirit correspondent, Helen Avery, to talk about yoga, sun salutations, and the importance of the sun when it comes to meditation. And a bit later on, we'll celebrate the moment of the solstice with a little meditation and yoga of our own. So keep your eyes on that clock. This February, a ring of fire will rise over planet Earth. Millions will be plunged into the moon's shadow as it races across the planet at supersonic speeds. The annular eclipse will make its way across South America, through Chile and Argentina, before crossing the Atlantic Ocean, making landfall in Africa, casting Angola, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Zambia into shadow. On February 26th, explore an eclipse like you never have before. Be a part of this worldwide event, right here on Slooh. Space for everyone. And we welcome you back to our solstice celebration here at Slooh, Space for Everyone. I'm Jerry Monteur, and we're just a few minutes away from the moment of the solstice, which happens at 44 minutes past the hour. We're looking right now, our stunning live views of, well, the clouds at the moment from our solar telescope at the Institute of Astrophysics of the Canary Islands, literally watching as the seasons change before our very eyes. Cultures around the world and throughout history have found ways to connect with the sun and planet Earth during moments like this. And there's the live view of the sun, courtesy of Keith Cobby in Dubai. Some of the oldest celebrations can be traced back to the solstice. And here at Slooh, we wanted to find a way to mark the day and honor the sun in our own special way. So right now we turn to my lovely guest, Slooh's cultural correspondent, Helen Avery, to help us. And Helen, thanks so much for being here today. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Yes, it is. Helen, why, in your estimation, is the solstice so important to so many people around the world?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, it's one of the sun is sort of one of those things that we all connect on, regardless of religion or spiritual tradition, and it really marks that moment of where the darkness is ending and lightness is coming in, or rather, lightness that was always there, because the sun is always there, sort of comes forth. And when you look at any of the major religions and even the mystical traditions, yoga being one, they all share this idea that we are light. And not just because we eat plants that are fed by light, or
Mhm.
the animals we eat are eating plants that are fed by light. And obviously, we only survive because there's light. But also, they believe that we are sort of made of light and energy, which we are. So there's this idea among all of them, whether you call it Buddha nature, or it's sort of reaching enlightenment, or it's going to heaven, that that light is sort of the aspect of us that is true, and then the darkness is all those sort of parts of us that are confused and sort of mired in anger, or I don't know, addiction and fear
Mhm.
and worry. And so when you have a day like the solstice, where the light is going to grow and grow and grow, sort of symbolically and probably energetically for a lot of traditions, especially the indigenous and pagans, you can sort of feel or tune into this idea of sort of tuning into our own lightness. Now, for the yogis, that was self enlightenment that you were aiming for, a self realization or illumination. Some of the indigenous religions call it. So yeah, sort of all tied up around light and exploring the light within us.
So, in just a few moments, Helen, you're going to lead us in a sun salutation. Can you tell us exactly what that is? And it sounds to me like the sun is incredibly significant when it comes to yoga, especially from a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah, and it is for a lot of traditions actually. Although some prefer the moon. The moon is more tied to them. But for the yogis, the sun really represents the divine. Um,
Hmm.
so the source of all life, which it is for us on Earth. It's the source of all life, the sun. And the yogi sort of took that as a symbol as well, as being sort of the source of all life. So not just you know sort of causing creation as we know it, as sort of scientifically, but also the cause of creation, like some people would use the word God, perhaps. So for the
Hmm.
yogis, that was it. And you could take by sort of meditating on the sun, you could bring the sun inside you and then understand the sun in you. You can understand your own divine nature. So a lot for the yogis around the sun, and the sun salutes basically, and we'll go through them like a set of 12 postures. I think there's only 7, but some are repeated. That's really a prayer to the sun, and it's sort of saying, thank you, sun. And there are various aspects of the sun that we call within us. And we'll be doing that a bit later after our solstice.
Sounds good. Are you telling me that we all share this divine nature?
Well, I believe that.
That's good to
So
know,
open to
actually.
whatever anyone believes, but yeah.
All right. Now, even though, look, you're coming to us live from New York, I'm in the state of Maine. We don't see the sun at the moment, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, no. I mean, it's always there, and that's one of the beautiful things, particularly about the solstice, because in winter you forget the sun's there. You know, you're often under clouds, or it's dark a
Hmm.
lot of the time. But the sun is always there, and that's another sort of beautiful, sort of spiritual metaphor that it's always there, always sort of guiding us, within us. We just need to tap into it anytime, wherever we are. So we don't need to be out in the sun. Definitely no sun here, so we can always tune
No.
into the energy.
All right. Well, Helen, thank you so much. Looking very much forward to our Sun Salutation, which marks the start of a brand new season and welcoming longer periods of sunlight here in the Northern Hemisphere. And we can't say too much about that. But first, we're quickly approaching the moment of the solstice. We'll be back with you in just a moment to watch that final countdown. Give the gift of the universe. Give the gift of Slooh, a celebration of every magical moment in the night sky. For just $60, you can give the budding space explorer in your life the gift of a full year of Slooh membership. The perfect holiday gift is available now at slooh.com. And we welcome you back to our solstice celebration here at Slooh, Space for Everyone. I'm Jerry Monteur, and we are so close to the actual moment of the solstice when fall becomes winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'm joined once again by Helen Avery, Slooh's human spirit correspondent. Helen, we're about a minute and a half away from the moment of the solstice. And I think this is just incredible. We're watching live as the seasons officially change over. I assume you knew that there was a specific moment when that happened, right?
I didn't, and I was surprised to hear it was 5:44 in the morning. I didn't know there
That's
was an
good
exact
news,
time. I
isn't
just
it?
assumed it was the whole day.
What do you suppose it's going to be like for people around the world for this?
I don't know. I know I've got friends who are druids and shaman,
Oh,
and they are actually having a big ritual in Iceland at the moment. So I imagine for them it's very cold, but very, very beautiful. And I'm sort of envious of those all at Stonehenge as well.
have you been to Stonehenge?
I have. It's my my
And
homeland.
and and from a spiritual standpoint, what does it feel like there?
I was a bit young at the time, so I don't think I appreciated it as much as I would now. But I hear it's sort of very earthy.
Yeah, a far cry from New York City.
Right.
All right, we're about 15 seconds away. Helen, can you feel it?
I can. It's so exciting to be here watching it.
Yeah, officially changing from fall to winter, at least here
Oh,
in the Northern Hemisphere. And I believe that was it.
there it is.
Welcome, there it
Beautiful.
is. Welcome to winter, Helen.
Yeah. More light.
How did
Welcome
you,
to more light coming in. I don't need more winter.
we have solstice. We've officially crossed over from fall to winter, and hey, here I am in a short sleeve shirt. What was I thinking, Helen? It's freezing.
Fancy living in Maine.
All right. Well, the moment of the solstice might now be over. We're celebrating it all day long. Helen, you're going to join us once again in just a moment to take us through a sun salutation, a live sun salutation. So, all of you at home, get up out of your seats, clear a little space, join us, whatever it takes, just join us. We'll have that in just a moment. Happy solstice. We're excited to announce the release of our first book, The Saturn Above It. an anthology of short fiction about space. Available now at slooh.com. And welcome back, everybody, to our solstice celebration here at Slooh. I'm Jerry Montour. We just witnessed the moment of the solstice. It is official. We are now in winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. And trust me, I'm already looking forward to spring. In the meantime, though, to celebrate this day of the solstice, I'm joined once again by Slooh's human spirit correspondent, Helen Avery. Helen's going to lead us in some guided yoga with a sun salutation. So, Helen, it is all yours.
Right. And I hope you're with us, Jerry. So, yeah, as I mentioned, there are the sun salutations in yoga. You can do them every day, and they're supposed to bring energy and make you live longer, bring the sun's energy into your body. So we're going to be doing some now. They're also really an honouring of the sun, and obviously we're here with Slooh for the solstice today, which is the winter solstice for the north, is where we can expect to see more and more light. The days are fortunately going to become longer and more light is going to emerge to us. And as I mentioned earlier when I was chatting with Jerry, so for the yogis, the light is already within us. We're just sort of tuning in and removing the darkness so we can experience ourselves as this light that we are. So wherever you are, it's very simple, the sun salutations, and you don't have to exert yourself at all. You don't need to warm up. So we're just going to start by standing up. I'm going to come back here. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start just by sort of loosening up. There we go. And then just placing the hands, the palms together, and the fingers are a little bit apart. And then we're going to nestle the thumbs in the midst of the chest. So it's like a prayer hands, and just relaxing the shoulders. So this is the first of our postures, and we do it on two sides. We're going to walk really slowly through one side and then do the other side. So in this first posture, we're sort of just grounding ourselves, taking a couple of deep breaths and really saying, you know, it's a sort of a prayer or a salute of reverence to the sun. So there's a saying, and I can't remember who says it now, Hafiz maybe, about how the sun shines on everyone and it doesn't make choices. It has no judgment. And really that's the energy we're trying to bring in with this first of our sun salutations, to sort of say, thank you to the sun for existing and always shining on me, even when I don't think I'm worthy. And obviously now with the solstice, we'll have more sun coming in. So taking a deep breath and exhaling the arms all the way up, arching up and sort of bringing the sun's energy. And even if you can't see it where you are, I certainly can't see it, we're just bringing it in. So hands reaching up straight above. You can see my hands there, straight above. And then we can take just a little bit of an arch back. So sort of opening up the heart and saying, yes, we are here, sun, and we're going to receive all that you want to give us, your light and your love and blessings. So sort of breathing into this space. Okay. And then deep inhale. And then exhaling as you fold forward into a forward bend. Now, if you're like me and you just got up and you're feeling a bit inflexible, you can just keep the legs bent and take a full bend with your legs bent. See if you can loosen the head and soften it up this morning. And here we're saying thank you to the sun who keeps us active. It's always there sort of to guide our activity during the day. Deep breaths. So now we're going to reach the left leg back behind, if you can see that. Down here maybe. The back leg's back behind and the heart's open, the fingertips are down in this posture. Rolling the shoulders back, you might feel a bit of a stretch on the hips. Okay, deep breaths. This is my favorite one. So this is thanking all of the teachers in our lives. So saying that the sun is symbolic of the teacher within, but also without, always guiding us. So a deep breath and sending our thanks to the sun that we'll be experiencing more and more in the Northern Hemisphere, hopefully, even though it's winter. Deep breaths. And then deep inhale, we're going to place the palms down to the floor and come back into what's known as the downward facing dog. So you may have heard of this one before. It'll give you a side view. Okay, and you can keep the knees bent as much as you like. And this one, this is a downward facing dog. This really stretches the back. But also it's a prayer of thanks to the sun. So just sending out our heartfelt thanks to the sun for giving its life. In this posture, we're saying thank you for really keeping us alive. If it wasn't for the sun, obviously we wouldn't be here. So a real heartfelt thank you in this posture. Okay. And then we're going to lower the knees to the ground. You can see me back here, lowering the knees to the ground and the chest to the floor, coming all the way down onto the belly. Taking a couple of breaths here and relaxing. This is the favorite one. And here we're just thanking the sun as a source of energy, and not necessarily energy as we think as scientists or astronomers, but really sort of what's called subtle energy. So thanking the sun for all the things we don't know about that it's feeding us with. And then inhaling, just coming up on the fingertips, or down onto the elbows if that's too hard, lifting up. And here we thank the sun as creator, for all the creative energy that's in the world, all the life that is born from the sun. We give thanks here. Deep breath. Just tuning into the sun. And then remember that downward dog, we're going to flip back into that. So tucking the back toes and then pushing into the palms. We're going to come back into our downward facing dog. This is also known as our mountain pose. And here we're asking to know the truth. We're saying to the sun, please illumine all of that we don't know so that we may know who we are. There's some deep breaths here. And then inhaling, left foot comes forward. Back knee can stay down if it's too much, or you can keep it up. Roll the shoulders back so the heart is open. Deep breaths. This one's a bit unusual. We're giving thanks to the sun as a cosmic mother. So whatever that means for you, just connecting to the heart, trying to feel the sun. Deep breaths. Another back. Now, back forward. See if you can touch the toes a little bit more, letting the head go if you can. And here we're giving thanks to the sun before it rises. So that may be where you are right now. The sun has yet to rise. And it's that energy that gets us up in the morning. So we're saying thank you for getting us up in the morning. Deep breaths. Okay, then bending the knees, the arms come all the way up, all the way back. Ooh. And then reaching back again, tiny back bend. We don't want to put our back out this morning. Deep breath. Like we're holding the sun in our hands. And here we're saying thank you to the sun as energy, as all energy. Thank you to the stars and the stars within us. Deep breaths. And then exhale, we come and bring our hands back to the heart. And again, just checking that the thumbs are touching the center of the chest, pressing all the fingers together, relaxing the shoulders. Here in our final posture of our sun salutes on the left side, we're just going to say thank you to the sun for lighting our path. away. Particularly when we're coming out of a period of a lot of darkness into light. It's beautiful to send sort of a prayer of gratitude for the light as it returns to lead us out of any challenging situations that we may have had the last few months. Positive, deep breath, take the feet into the earth. So that's one side. So now we're going to go through the right hand side. We'll go a bit faster this time now that we know what our prayers are. So again, just rooting the feet down into the ground and staying where you are in this prayer pose. Softening the face. Deep breaths. And inhale all the way up. And reach back. And exhaling, we're going to fold all the way forward. Soften the knees to protect the spine. If you're a bit creaky this morning, let the head go. Staying in this prayer of gratitude, you're going to bring the fingertips to the ground. Inhale, the right leg goes back this time. You bring the back knee down if you like. Roll the shoulders back. Head is lifted, heart always open. Deep breaths. Palms come down to the ground, flat on the floor. Taking a deep inhale, we're going to shoot back to our downward facing dog. Ooh. So both feet back behind us, moving the heels towards the floor. Deep breaths. Lower the knees and the chest to the ground, all the way coming down to the earth. In yoga, it's Mother Earth and Father Sun. Deep breaths. And then pushing ourselves up, or coming onto the forearms, the elbows, rolling the shoulders down. Remember, keeping that heart center connected to the sun and the light that is always there. Deep breaths. And then back into our downward dog. We're almost done. Oh. And maybe you want to move the feet up and down. The thing with the Sun Salute, you really can make it your own. So listen to the body move up and down. Deep breaths. And inhale, right foot comes forward. Whatever works this morning. Deep breath, roll the shoulders back. Sending out thanks to the sun. All the things in our lives, the sun is always there. We can always count on the sun. Deep inhale. And exhale, come to a forward bend again. You know, deep bow for the sun. Maybe you want to massage the feet. Let the head go. Bending the knees, inhale. Watch all the way up, bring the sun in. And finally, exhale, hands come down to the heart. Chest, back. Soften the knees and the belly and the shoulders. If your heart rate can soften. And then here we just sort of try and see if we can feel the effects of the sun within us. So maybe you're feeling a little warmer. You're feeling like you have a bit more energy inside of you. Maybe feeling a bit peaceful. Next, right.
Give the gift of the universe. Give the gift of Slooh. a celebration of every magical moment in the night sky. For just $60, you can give the budding space explorer in your life the gift of a full year of Slooh membership. The perfect holiday gift is available now at slooh.com. And we are back, and we thank Mother Earth and Father Sun, and we certainly thank Helen Avery for that wonderful sun salutation, a fantastic way to celebrate the solstice. Now, before we go, I want to say a special thank you to Slooh friend Keith Cobby from the Dubai Astronomy Group, who has provided our wonderful live views of the sun today from the heart of Dubai. We'll continue, there it is, there's the shot. We'll continue the live solar stream until sunset at Dubai, which is about 7 a.m. Eastern time. And just as we celebrated the solstice in our own way here at Slooh, we know many of you are celebrating it in yours. We want to know what that way is. Let us know by tweeting to @Slooh on Twitter or by dropping by the live chat on Facebook. We'll even put a few of those submissions on the air. Our next show coming up very soon, this Friday on the 23rd of December. We'll be getting into the Christmas spirit by taking a look at the Star of Bethlehem, the famous sign that brought the three wise men across the world to visit the baby Jesus. We'll take a look at some of the possible real-life astronomical phenomena that could have been that famous star, discuss some of the stories that have made the star so well known. Lots of great shows on the way in the coming months. The very first solar eclipse of 2017, right around the corner in February. The Ring of Fire will sweep across South America, the Atlantic, and parts of Africa on February 26th. And we're already making plans here for the big transcontinental eclipse on August 21st. Excuse me, the total solar eclipse will make its way across the entirety of the United States, and Slooh will be on site to capture the whole thing. Be sure to follow our ongoing coverage of this once-in-a-lifetime event. Well, we hope to see you there. I'm Jerry Monter, and I will see you next time here on Slooh, Space for Everyone. Happy winter, everybody.